All right, everybody. Welcome to the Gaming Brigade. It is, what time is it? 4:15 p.m. on Monday, June 24th. We are just over 1 week away for the launch of The First Descendant. Really looking forward to playing it. I wanted to take some time today. Just answer some of the questions you've been sending the channel live. Hopefully, we'll have a few people show up. We'll see what happens. But do me a favor. Let me know in chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me correctly, or if you can hear me correctly, if you can hear me well. That's, yeah, that's what we're looking for, everybody. So I'm really hyped about this game. Yeah, there's a lot to it, you know. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, you know. All right, we're trying this again. Do me a favor. Sorry about that, everyone. I lost power for a second. It's hot as Hades, by the way, where I am. I do apologize for that little bit of a mishap right there. But hopefully everything is going to be running smoothly from here on out. Let me know in the comment section. I want to make sure my audio or my voice is high enough over the gameplay. So again, sorry about that, Descendants. Let's try that again. This is why we do tests. So that way when this game launches, it's not a total dumpster fire like it just was. What's going on, Coastal Gaming? I see you. Cracker Hats, what's going on? Do me a favor, if you are still here, hit that thumbs up in chat. Let me know that everything does sound okay. You're looking at gameplay footage from the final technical test. We're 1 week away from launch. For those of you asking, this is The First Descendant. Free to play third-person looter shooter. Should be pretty sick. And I know a lot of people have questions, so I figured I'd take some time and just answer them live. So we'll wait for some people to stroll in and go from there. Awesome. Thank you. Sorry about that, everyone. Again, this is why we do test, people. What's up, Camp King? Will there be founder packs? PC, yes. So okay, so here's a basic breakdown of the game is as follows, and I will do my best to get to your questions. If you are new here, I am going to be covering this game at the channel. Feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. All the good stuff. I will try to get to everyone's questions. I do not think this is my first live stream for this game, so I don't think too many people will be showing up. So, should be able to get to most of your questions. Coastal Gaming, yes, it is on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, Xbox One as well. So it's on all platforms. It is cross progression, which is awesome. It is also cross-play, which is very cool. So I'm not playing right now, just for the record. Now, I'll be mentioning this a few different times. This is from the final technical test, but I did want to go live today, test out my audio equipment. It already became a hot mess. I mean, it was kind of a show when I first started off, but hey, now it's working. This is from the final technical test. So this is not live gameplay footage. I'm live right now answering your questions, but this is from what was it? Like a month ago? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Whatever it is. But we're 1 week away from launch. I keep getting your questions, so I figured this is a perfect time to go live and try to answer them. And if you hear a lot of noise in the background, I apologize. I said this a second ago. It's really damn hot where I live. So AC is running, the fan is on. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? It's kind of warm. So do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up in chat if you can hear the audio of the game, and you can also hear my voice clearly as well, because I just want to make sure you can hear both. Okay, so let's get to some questions really quick. Hey, what's going on? Reborn. First time catching from Australia. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I promise I will. You know, I mean, pretty much here at the channel I've covered the Division 2, and now I'll be covering the First Descendant. This is the first game in a while that I've been pretty damn hyped about. We do have a lot of questions. There are concerns about monetization. We will talk about that, you know, during the live stream as well. But thank you. Methos. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think Rats, I think a lot of people are going to jump in. You know, I was talking to someone earlier saying it's not so much, it's just having an alternative from the Division 2. You know, we all love looter shooters. If you're here, you obviously love looter shooters. And from my experience with the beta, which was, I want to say combined, let's say 50 hours, something like that, between all different betas. So I didn't get a ton of time to play, especially with the last one because it was so short. But it's a really fun game. It's really, really good. Okay, good. Everything sounds awesome. What's going on? See you, Kira, Johnny. Good to see everyone. Thank you all for showing up. Mike might be low. I'll try to crank that up a little bit if I can. And I'll turn the audio down in the game too. Yeah, I got this whole new system I'm trying to test out, so. This is why we do what we do, people. But hopefully I'll be live streaming this game and playing it a lot. I mean, I've already been making videos for it, different news updates, things like that. We're all waiting for more and more information. And we're just going to continue putting these videos together. Once the game goes live, we'll be doing farming videos, build videos, how-to guides, all that stuff. And again, it really, really, really seems like a good game, and there's a lot of potential here. There is no canned soup. Man, that's a great name. There is no PvP. This is a PvE only game. And as of my recording this, I do not think there's any plan whatsoever to introduce PvP into the game. In my opinion, let me know your thoughts as well. And I talked about this in the video yesterday, but we've seen this happen with games. They kind of spread themselves too thin when they launch, you know? And if there's two different aspects of a game sometimes and one isn't really dialed in, the entire thing becomes a dumpster fire. They've made it clear initially this is going to be a PvP co-op focused game initially. If there were to be some sort of a PvP element added, I could not see that happening for at least a year minimum, you know, if that. And they've made it clear at this point there's no plan to really have that. So I do not think that is going to happen, or at least now. I mean, never say never, but at this point there's no indication that it is going to be PvP. Is it a pay-to-win game? Okay, so this is a huge question, and this is going to take us to the topic of Nexon. And again, do me a favor, if you're just joining, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button if you want to help support the channel. I will try to get to your questions. Anyone who does a super chat, something like that, I will get to see that. And so if I will definitely answer all of those. But I will do my best to try to get to all your questions. Free to play. Okay, so pay to win, in my opinion, right? There's going to be a lot of discussion because this is a free-to-play game, which we all know means it is going to be completely and totally dependent financially on microtransactions. Now, if we are talking about, you know, cosmetic items, if you want to spend $100 on a skin for your character, I don't care. You do what you want with your money. We're grown-ass adults. It doesn't matter to me. What people are concerned about is being able to buy, you know, the best weapons, the best gear, all of these things. And from my understanding at this point, I'm sure there are ways you can buy, whether it is, you know, let's say it takes X amount of time to create a Descendant, you know, there's like a timer on it. So if you were playing the beta and let's say you wanted to unlock Bunny. I mean, Bunny is an instant unlock, but let's say you wanted to unlock one of the other Descendants. There's a timer, right? And it could take 5 hours, it could take 10, it could take 20 minutes, whatever it was. I'm sure there are going to be ways where you can pay money and do an instant unlock. That's kind of that gray area that we're talking about. So when you have a PvE only game, in my opinion, it's kind of difficult to call something pay to win because you're not paying to beat other players. You're all focusing on the same thing. And one thing we talked about is that this can be a solo player game. Or one thing we've talked about before. I need to wait and see what happens when this goes live as far as, and by the way, pardon my voice, I'm starting to lose it. When this game goes live, we will see what happens as far as the content is concerned. You know, if they can follow the roadmap of Warframe, we are golden, right? A Destiny style thing. We are golden. What I don't want to see happen is what's happened in the past with Nexon, and this is why people are concerned about this company. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll get into that a little bit later. But a lot of these games where they're completely, totally dependent on microtransactions, they, you know, well, we'll get into that in a second. So that was a long-winded answer. It's pay to win adjacent, if that makes sense. You're not going to be able to buy tons of gear to just shred through other players. Will you be able to upgrade your gear at a quicker rate if you buy certain components or items instead of having to farm? Yes, 100%. So you got to kind of determine, do you consider that pay to win? Does that make sense? So, anyway, Kira, there is no PvP, just to be clear. Xbox is asking, compared to Division 2, how fun is it? Totally different game. Totally different game style. Different everything. The gameplay and mechanics are smooth. It's really good. And what's great is that from the first beta we had years ago, or a year and a half ago, whatever it was, they've made some major improvements between then and now as far as just how smooth the gameplay is, you know, from the grapple hook to everything. So it's a lot of fun, but it's a very different game, you know. But the looter shooter aspect, there's tons of stuff to do, which I absolutely love. Mythos, you bet it's going to be more fun than any Division 2 D2 Descent session. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Descent. I mean, we're not going to, look, we're not here to talk about Division. Obviously, we will talk about the Division 2 as well, because this is part of the fabric of the community. But yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's just having a fun looter shooter that you're looking forward to jumping into. And you all know how much I love the Division 2, and this will probably be. You know, primarily at the channel, I've always covered the Division 2. I always will. That's in my bloodstream. I love that game. Game's got a great future, in my opinion. I've been waiting to cover other looter shooter type of games. You know, the only other game I've covered on a regular basis here was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which was so much damn fun. But then the end game got all jacked up. This is the first game since then that I've been really excited about playing, like in a long time, because this is the style of game I like. And once again, do me a favor, if you are just jumping in, 75 people, damn, I thought we were going to hit like 20. Like, seriously. And by the way, if this is your first time at the channel, pardon my voice and the background noise and all that other, you know, it's just a bunch of crazy shit going on right now. But I wanted to try out some new equipment, so that's what we're doing live. I mean, what could go wrong? We've got two puppies like 5 feet behind me, so stuff could get sideways pretty quick. All right, let's get back to questions. Even if they added PvP, it would be touch far less than PvE. Basically like Warframe, where it's there, but nobody plays it. I think that's the same thing. And I think with this game, like I said, if they do this right, if they follow the roadmap of Warframe, we're golden. I mean, the game is so much fun. The gunplay is great. The gameplay is great. The mechanics. We all like character creation, but even though we can't, you know, design our own character, all the different descendants are sick. You're going to be able to customize, you know, anything you want, any build style you want, different hybrids. I said this in a video yesterday. They're going to be like 600 mods upon release. It's going to be lights out. And not only that, I think you can customize your weapons and gear multiple times. So to give you an idea, and again, I could be wrong, and I'll check chat in a second. But, you know, let's say you're playing the Division. You're playing a game and you can, you know, a weapon or item drops with a core attribute and 2 minor attributes. And then you have to make the decision, well, which do I want to change? I think in this game, you can change every damn thing on a piece of weapon and gear. Obviously, that's going to cost you more resources. But if you can completely god roll an item exactly the way you want it, this is going to be lights out. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's get back to it. YOLO, what's going on? First time here during a live. Came across your channel when I was trying to get more info on this game. Well, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you being here. Again, if you're new, hit that sub, join, like button. Like button just helps out. I don't care if you join or not. Someone was asking, by the way, about there's a program for this. It's a content creator program. And people were asking if I was going to be a part of it. And it's something where you know, if I give you a certain code, you enter it when you make a purchase and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do anything like that at this point because I don't know enough about the game. I don't know if Nexon has its reputation. And one thing I've always said here at the channel, I'm never going to BS you. I'm always on the side of the consumer, the gamer, our family here. So for me to answer that question, I'm not going to be a part of anything like that until I see what is truly going on in the game for a while. Because that to me is the most important thing, you know? I do not want to... My talking about a game and playing it and choosing to spend money on cosmetics, that's one thing. But I cannot in good conscience tell you to buy stuff unless I know what's truly going on. So while I appreciate that aspect of the support, I'm not going to be doing that, you know, program, at least initially. Because I want to make sure y'all are covered, you know? So anyway, that is my PSA. Okay, are we getting Founders Pack? Jesse, I honestly, at this point, I have no idea. What I do know is you got a ton of people out there who would gladly pay money for certain aspects of this game, right? Which is great, which is fine. I just want to make sure we get the actual product. And in my opinion, and let me know what you think in the comment section, if you're going to hear me reference Warframe a lot, and there's a reason for that, because that is one of the most successful free-to-play games of all time. If they follow the roadmap, we see how, you know, how great these games can be. And they've shown us exactly how, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where when you see something work a certain way, why not emulate that? You can easily put your own spin on it. One thing I hear, from a lot of people is when they see the footage of this game, and again, this is from the final technical test. I'm not playing this live. But one thing people say is this looks like a Destiny, you know, Warframe super baby. And it pretty much is at this point. I don't make my decision until the game launches, you know? I want to make sure that we are all level playing field. If you want to spend money to, let's say, get your mastery rank up higher, go for it. Cool, yeah. But I want to make sure we can also do it just by playing the game regularly, you know? So, anyway. Elite Melon. Nice name, Elite Melon. Love it. Dungeons are looking promising. Yeah, so that's one topic I would definitely want to go over is the end game. But before we get into that, you know, Canned Soup just made a comment which is very, 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 very important. Well, here's my thing. The elephant in the room is the studio itself, which is Nexon. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you out there know why Nexon is... Give me a thumbs up if you know why Nexon gets so much heat. And I'm going to go into a very Cliff Note version of it. But it's important to me I explain that. So do me a favor real quick. Let me know.
If we hit the enemy command post now, we can still retrieve the data for the guide.
Now, did you just say retrieve the data for the guide?
All right. Had to get some water. Yes, welcome to the chat, everybody. 101 people. Get the... Y'all are crazy. This is sick. We got 101 people. We got 30 likes. Hit that like button. Do me a favor, really quick. It really, really does help out. Like, for real. Marty, there's not going to be PvP. We talked about that. I'm saying that not like sound like an ass. Like, we talked about that, Marty. I'm just saying that we have mentioned that, and I'll mention it again, I'm sure, multiple times. But no, it's going to be PvE only. For the record, you also hear me say this a bunch. What you're looking at is game footage from the final technical test. So this is not live. I'm not playing this at the moment. I personally am live talking to you. But you're looking at gameplay footage from the technical test. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to talk about monetization really quick. So Nexon is known for, unfortunately, one of the worst gacha games of all time. And that was a game called Maple Story. And I'm going to give you a very, very Cliff Note version of everything. Basically what it boils down to is, 10 years ago, whatever it was, Nexon began altering the probability of receiving a certain they basically changed the RNG by, if you were to buy a cube and you thought it had a certain percentage to get you something, they secretly changed the RNG without letting people know. So you're spending, let's say, $20 to have a higher chance of getting something, and you're not going to get a higher chance. And that's what they got busted for. And it's basically, it's that whole bait and switch. Like, hey, guess what? If you spend $10 on this, cash over here, and you open it, you have a 28% chance of getting that perfect weapon, when in fact there was like a 2% chance. That's what I worry about. That is what freaks me out. And by the way, for the record, these games, Fortnite's gotten hit before with certain things. Diablo Immortal, dear Lord, that is the epitome of pay to win. So a lot of these games come along and they do that, and that's my only concern. So it takes me back to something I was saying a moment ago about my being part of the creator program. If they're legit and we actually get what we say we're going to get, I'm 100% down for it. Absolutely. But unless we know exactly what is going on when this thing launches in good conscience, I'm never going to tell you to spend any money whatsoever. My goal with this game, and then I'll get back to your questions, is to be able to play it from beginning to end without having to spend any money whatsoever unless I choose to do it. As long as the content is free, the missions, the different, end game, things like that, that's golden. And if you want to spend money on whatever it is, we were talking before about ultimate versions of your characters, and to the best of my knowledge, you'll be able to grind everything out that you need to get in order to upgrade your Descendant to an ultimate version. Again, I wait until a game launches. I'm not about that whole, they said it, so it's good. I don't believe anything anymore. We've all been burned. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, this game will follow that path of Warframe, and we'll continue to see positive things. So, anyway, let's get back to your questions. Yeah, Joel, what's going on, my friend? It really is a lot of fun. That's the thing, is that it's rare to find a looter shooter that's really, really enjoyable. Now, the other thing we have to take into consideration is, do me a favor, if you did play the beta, let me know with a number how many hours you played. For me, I was at about the 50 hour mark, but that's across all the betas combined. Once this game launches in just over a week, once we get to that 50, 60, 70, 80 hour mark, then we're going to truly have an idea of what the end game is like and if it can actually retain a player base. That's another concern I have. But what's great, as you've heard me say before, this is free to play. So let's say we jump into the game, you're playing for 10 hours, 8 hours, whatever it is, and you're completed all the story missions. Then you want to jump into the end game. Different side missions, things like that. We talked about the Void Intercept battles, basically just these big open world boss fights.
It seems HQ is faltering.
There seems to be a lot of stuff we can do. But we all know with a game like this, someone mentioned Outriders earlier. Now, Outriders, was not a live service game initially. Outriders became a hot mess. There was no bones to it. It started off good. The story was enjoyable. The loot and gunplay seemed pretty damn sick, but it went south really quick because there wasn't anything to keep players engaged, and that's something we need. With a free-to-play game, they need to keep players engaged in the game because financially they are completely and totally dependent on the player base and people spending money on random things, whether it's to speed up the process of crafting or whether it's to get that shiny helmet you want, whatever it is, who cares? So they need to really make endgame a priority. And again, free to play, no financial obligation whatsoever to jump in, try it out, see what you think, and then we go from there. So let's see what we got. Ajax. Yeah, who y'all picking day one? I think I'm going Ajax. I've been kind of like emotionally locked in on Ajax since day one. Bunny's going to be a meta. We know that. We know that Yeah, they're going to be a lot of great. You're going to be able to customize a lot of stuff. You know, and look, and as we look at different things, again, I don't care if you want to buy, you know, a shark hat or if you want to buy certain thing, whatever, who cares? Go for it. Go ham. Knock yourself out. That's great. But we also want to make sure that the gameplay is not, oh, spend money to do this, unless it's like a DLC, a story expansion, something. So anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section. I'm going to get to chat. Let's get to your questions really quick. All right, I'm going to scroll up really quick. Yeah, so we talked about Outriders. The Descendant Sammy D. What's going on, my friend? That is Ajax that I'm playing as. Which, like I said a second ago, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be Ajax day one. We shall see. We shall see. Sorry, it takes me a while. Honestly, a lot more people showed up for this thing than I expected. Do me a favor really quick. If you are here just tuning in, we're just answering questions. You're looking at gameplay footage from the final technical test. Do me a favor, hit that like button, sub, or join as well. Help support the channel. Very, very cool. I'm trying to get to your questions. So far, so good. I love it. All right, so we're looking at you saw the live feed, yeah. Like, how are you playing? No, I know. I wish Iron Bear. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you all amped up. Like, he's playing. Why am I watching? Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Please don't judge me. I know I can't wait for this. It's been like the slowest week. Show of hands. How many of you out there are just? I mean, it seems like time is going backwards. Can't wait to finally get to play this thing. Craig said the same thing. So yes, again, this is from the final technical test. Looking forward to it. So we're looking at different hours. And from what I was just looking at, 20 hours, 15 hours, 25, yeah. 30 hours total, Bruce. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I think that's kind of the mark. I know people that were able to jump in and just play nonstop, which is great. But once we get to that true endgame aspect, that's when we're going to be able to determine whether this game is going to have legs or not. Whether it's going to be around in a month, you know. We've all seen the Outriders. We've all seen the, pardon my saying this, I don't know if this counts as a swear word, but we've all seen the anthems, you know, where it's like so much potential. So many things that can go right with this game, yet it went completely and totally wrong. That is why there's skepticism with any game that launches. And it makes sense. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where you need to make sure you take all these things into consideration, especially if it's a free-to-play game and there is going to be such a lean on monetization. And again, let me know your thoughts. For me, monetization, I don't care about monetization. Like, that does not bother me at all. But the pay-to-win element, which we already talked about, if it's PvE, okay. If you want to, spend money to speed up crafting, cool, go for it. If you want to spend money on a different outfit, whatever it is, that doesn't bother me. As long as the actual gameplay itself is open to the public. That's what matters the most to me. And again, you've already heard me say it, just follow the path of Warframe. You got it mapped out in front of you. Because the game itself is really enjoyable. Yeah, Rat, you said it best. The worst if it's pay to win. I'm sorry, if it is pay to win, you can play till end game and then at least enjoy. Yeah, so what people are... The most important aspect is initially you can jump in and play. Right? Now, from everything I've been gathering online, I do not see them implementing a charge for certain gameplay aspects. Obviously, we'll see what happens. But, that's the best part. You can jump in and play for free. Do they take the route of Destiny? Do they take the route of Warframe? We'll see what happens. But again, don't spend any money whatsoever unless you know exactly what you're getting. I will always tell you that straight up. 30 hours total. Yeah, right on, Bruce. That's good. And it's kind of one of those things. Oh, someone asked, what was it? Are you going to get, where was that question? Are you able to keep your cosmetics from the 2 betas? The answer is no. The only thing I think you can keep is they had certain, rewards for playing the betas. And as long as you, I think, had a Nexon account set up, or you did something, or maybe it was linked through whatever platform you're on, you're going to get something. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. I know I tried all the betas. I don't remember seeing that one, what was it, a hamster wheel backpack or something like that? I don't know. But, I mean, whatever. But as far as all of your progress, anything whatsoever, none of it transfers to the game when it launches. Yeah, all these characters are great. One thing I really like, and again, you're going to hear me say this, do me a favor, if you're new here, you can hit that sub or join button. 110 viewers, absolutely awesome. 59 likes, let's get those likes up. If you haven't hit that like button as yet, do me a favor, hit that really quick. You think the Descendants is what makes this game feel like it, elite? Yeah, with the Descendants, you know, I love the fact that you can really customize how you play the game. Support role, tank, DPS, skill, all of those things. And the mods and the different variations are going to be pretty damn overwhelming, I think. Which I love. And the UI system seems to be pretty smooth as well. Obviously, when the game goes live, you know, I'm doing new stuff now for the game, which I will continue to do. Your support for this has been just ridiculous. Just absolutely amazing. Thank you all so, so much. Like, seriously, it's been insane. But we'll be doing farming videos, build videos, how-to guides, beginners things, all that good stuff. Leveling up. So, yeah. We gotta... the potential is there, you know? Yabadoo. Yabado. Why did I say Yabadoo? Yabadoo, Yabado, Yabado? Where's the inflection? Anyway. Perfect comment. If this game actually takes a page out of Helldivers, the potential for success is really high for this game. 1000% agree. Look, we've seen these huge, ginormous AAA games come out, and people play them for X amount of time. They spend $100 on an Ultimate Edition, and they get 40 hours worth of gameplay, and that sucks. And look, here's my take on it. If you're spending X amount of dollars on a game, and they say, hey, it's going to be this much gameplay, okay, cool, that's great, wonderful. You know exactly what you're getting into. And in my opinion, and let me know your thoughts, I don't think, you know, I'm a huge Division fan. The first game, the second game. Do I want more stuff to do in the Division 2? 1000%. I spent $119 over 5 years ago on the Division 2. I've gotten my money's worth. I got like 3,000 hours in that game. So I'm not going to sit here and complain, oh, I didn't get my money. I got my money's worth, like straight up. We're good. We're golden. So if you know what you're getting with a certain amount of money, that's you know, great. With Helldivers, what they did is they showed you, look, here's a $40 game, fit whatever it was, 40, 50 bucks, and they blew the doors off of everything. Look at Pal World. All of those things, Pal World, excuse me, all of those things blew the doors off of all of these games that cost tens of, whatever it was, millions of dollars to make. Hundreds of millions of dollars to make. And they blew the doors off because they put the product first, right? So the potential for all these things are there if it's done in the right way. And as consumers, there are times where we feel like, why don't they just listen? Like, we're telling you exactly what we're looking for. That's what I hope we get here. You know? Let's get back to it really quick. Edmar, you are still doubt between Sharon and Frenya. Yeah, there's some great choices to choose from, I gotta tell you. Yeah, there's a lot. There are a lot to choose from. There really, really is. You know what, Carlo, I cannot show off the 2 new characters. First of all, because the footage you're looking at is from the final technical test. So this is not live gameplay footage. I'm live talking to you right now, obviously. But during that test, we did not have access to those characters. But trust me, I will be doing a day 1 live stream for this game. 1000%. We're going to be testing everything together. Builds, farming, all that stuff. I'll be bringing you videos as well. Elite Melon in with a super chat. Thank you so much. Am I excited to get my hands on Ultimate Ajax? The answer is, Elite, yes. Yes, I am. However, there's a big caveat with that. All right. Okay, a little bit of a backstory. Let's slow things down a little bit. Let's get a check of the weather really quick. Currently in Northern California, it is a warm and toasty 92 degrees. Winds coming out of the southwest. 3 degrees. 3 degrees. Damn it, I screwed it up. 3 miles an hour. I had the perfect, radio voice going there for a second, but I messed up what I said. That's why you gotta have a script in front of you. Otherwise, you're gonna mess stuff up, everybody. WNBC. All right, let's get back to it. Anyway, sorry, totally got sidetracked there. And by the way, this is what happens at the channel. This is how we roll. I'm excited about Ultimate Ajax. My goal is to not spend any money whatsoever and see how far and what I can do in the game, right? I kind of want to give it time before I do any sort of financial, I don't want to feel financially obligated to buy anything. I want to choose to buy something if it's a cosmetic based thing, but I want to see if I can get Ultimate Ajax without spending money, how long it's going to take, if I can do that, X, Y, and Z, all that stuff. What I was saying is, the channel, I've had this channel for about 4 years now, and my goal has been and always will be to put our family, I just call it, my YouTube family here at the channel first. So I'm always going to let you know exactly what's going on, give you my thoughts and everything. So as far as spending money goes, I'm pumping the brakes. I'm not spending a damn thing initially. I want to see what the game is really like. Nexon has a reputation. I want to be proven wrong. I don't want to buy into what they're known for in the past. I'm hoping that in the future, they actually put something decent together, which we've seen. So, that is my answer. Did that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And again, if you're here for the first time during this live stream, you're hearing background noise now. My voice is gone. I got the fan running. AC's just blaring. So I do apologize. Hopefully it's not too bad. If it does sound okay, shoot me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. 136 people up in here. That's pretty damn great for a first live stream for this game. And again, this is older footage from the technical test, but this gives me an opportunity to answer questions live. And there's a lot to look forward to, my fellow descendants. All right, let's see. What we got here? Here we go. Kaino. Do we know if weapons, mods, or items will be locked behind paywall and not able to be unlocked with gameplay over time? Awesome question. I don't know. There may be certain items you can only get through buying them, but I don't know if that's going to be like cosmetic only. You know what I mean? A certain version of an ultimate weapon or a certain version of whatever. I think over time you may be able to unlock things, but at the same time, if you want, a certain version of an AR, and this is exactly what you're looking for, you may wind up pulling, no pun intended, pulling the trigger and buying it, So I haven't jumped into the store enough to give you an accurate answer on that. And so once the game is live, that's when I will give you a full breakdown of, okay, we have this ultimate weapon. It's, X amount of credits, which is going to cost you $9, but you can also get it this way, but that's going to take you a week and a half. You know what I mean? So I want to see if that's going to be an option. But make no mistake, the game is making their money off of these microtransactions, which is fine. I don't mind that. But it's that question of, if the meta in the game is this AR that just, decimates everything with one clip, and it costs you $10 to get it, who wouldn't want to buy that gun? You know what I mean? Hopefully you'll be able to buy that by just naturally playing the game as well. but we shall see. 93 in Tennessee? Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, thanks again, Elite. That was very kind of you. Elite with the $10 donation. It means a lot. Thank you. Very, very kind. Very, very kind. Joel played 24 hours in the beta. Do I think they're going to put a clan system? A lot of people have been asking about that recently. I don't know. We know we have multiple loadouts. You have multiple loadouts for each descendant. The clan system, I don't know at this point. I hope they do. And the reason I say I hope they do is because a lot of people have been asking. I'm inclined to say that they are going to, but I'm not basing that on any factual information. I'm basing that on things I think I remember seeing when playing the beta. But, you know, we'll know in a week. Got that covered. Yeah, Soldier Boy, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, are you going to play without buying stuff? See how it goes? With you 100%. And again, you know, if you want to buy that meta shotgun, meta this, that, whatever, that's fine. And we talked about this, and we'll continue to talk about it at the channel. The pay-to-win element, in my opinion, is really prevalent if you are doing a PvP game. You know, Diablo Immortal is the perfect example of if you can spend 10,000, like 100, I mean, God, you saw these stories, yeah? People are dropping like 100 G's, like not exaggerating, on a mobile game, so they can step into a PvP realm and just whoop ass. That to me is just disgusting, right? That's when I really think, you know, pay to win. That's what I think of with pay to win. If you can afford it, you can whoop ass. I don't like that. In PvE, a little bit different because you're all hyper focused on the same enemy. You're not going after each other. Now, that can cause an issue. So let's say if, you know, me, Joel, Fred Flintstone, what's up, kid? You, me, Fred, Carlo, we're all in a group. We're just of course. I mean, we got everyone in here. Look at this. Let's say we're all just rolling. Elite Melon, we're all just doing our thing. We're all in a group, and I stroll up, and I've spent $150 on this just hand cannon that can one-tap everything, and I'm just taking out every enemy before anyone can do anything whatsoever. That's going to kind of suck for the other players, right? These are things I hope the game takes into consideration. You know, you can jump in as a solo player. They've made it clear that this game is really designed for co-op, which I love, because there's nothing better rolling in with a squad, whether it's matchmaking system, which they will have, or a dedicated group, and you're just moving together. You know what I mean? It's like you got your healer, you got your support, you got your skill, DPS, you have your tank, all that stuff, and it's so much fun. So I'm hoping that there's a way to have everything kind of balanced out. And until we see it, I don't like to, you know, speculate on anything. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. All right, here we go. Let's get back to chat really quick. Once again, if you're just joining, do me a favor. 133 viewers. That's awesome to see. 79 likes. Let's try to get to 100 likes within the first. Can we pull that off in the next, I don't know, 10 minutes? I'll probably stay live for another, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. I didn't expect, honestly, this many people to show up, like straight up. Not in any way, shape, or form. And I'm really sincerely excited about this game, and I hate that. Does that make sense that I hate that? Like, because we've been let down by games before? So I really hope this is something we see the potential there. And so I hope it actually, I'll put it this way. Cautiously optimistic about this game. Free to play really helps. Don't have to spend any money. Jump into it. I loved playing the beta. Crazy thing is, the day this launches, the first 3 days this game is live, I've got the house to myself. Like, straight up. I'm going to be hunkered down, old school. Just a big ass bowl of cereal, water. Oh, I'm set. So I'm ordering pizza and eating cereal, and yeah, that's gonna be my life. And the first descendant, you know. So anyway, let's get back to questions. Okay, Elite Melon says this final beta was supposed to show off what will be monetized, which it definitely did. There will be descendants to buy off the rip, upgrades, and even modules. It seems, just depends if we can. Okay. acquire loot from regular gameplay. So yeah, so it just depends. Elite was saying it just depends if we can acquire that same stuff with regular gameplay. If we can, that's awesome. And I understand if we can't. But when it comes to the weapons and whatnot, again, if you're spending that 20, 30 bucks, whatever, on a shotgun that can one-tap, who isn't going to want to buy that shotgun? Quiet, puppy. Shush. I got small dogs in the room with me. Again, this is just a technical test for my channel, so I'll try to be more professional next time. I won't have two puppies running around. Hang on, let me get these dogs. I gotta put these dogs outside. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I can't put them outside. It's like 1,000 degrees out. Them hounds will be toasted. All right, let's get back to chat. Okay, Raja, you've played Warframe without spending any money. I love it, and that's what I want to see, and that's what this game is capable of. Because look, here's what we know. We know for a fact. I will tell you this right now on the record. If I love playing a game, I am going to spend money on the game. I will. Like, without a doubt. If I'm getting so much fun and I want just like this just retro looking skin for my weapon or my gear or whatever, I'll spend money on it. So in my opinion, and let me know what you think, if the game actually gives us the gameplay mechanics we want, the end game we want, we're gonna spend money because we want to help support the game. But having the ability to not spend money and enjoy the game with your base character, that to me is what makes people want to actually invest financially in the game. Does that make sense? Hope it does. All right, let's see what we have here. Kai Bunnies. Bunnies. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Kai. We're just going to go with Kai. It's not bunnies. My bad. My bad, Kai. Don't judge. All right. What's going on? Aloha, my friend. And future descendant. That's right. Be with me. Yeah, I'll be right there with you on the second. Kai, I will be letting you know. And if there is some sort of a clan, I promise I will set one up. I'll let y'all know. I'm primarily going to be playing on Xbox Series X. But again, cross-play and cross-progression, which is sick. Because there's sometimes the kid wants to play on Xbox. And he uses my account, so I'm like, well, I can't play a game. Can't log in at the same time. I can just jump on PlayStation or PC and play, which is awesome. So yes, I will see you day one. Let's get back to it really quick. There will definitely be starter bundles. That is good to know. That is good to know. I love hearing that. Dark says that's so awesome. You took off 3 days to grind. There we go. I'll be right there with you. Just no sleep, right? Just hydration, food, and the first descendant. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm telling you. Look, being a grown-up is awesome, but at the same time, you got to be a grown-up. So for me, just being able to like take time and chill, I'm looking forward to it. YOLO Vibes with the $1.99. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Does it launch at midnight Monday or Tuesday? So it should launch 12:01 a.m. I'm saying Pacific. I don't know if it's a universal launch. It probably is. So I think it's going to be. I don't know what time zone it's going off of, but whenever it is, I guess 12:01 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Like the second it hits midnight on Monday night, you should be able to jump into the game. I'm sure they'll let us know within the next week. Look, if you're new and you haven't as yet, sub. I will continue to bring you these videos nonstop. Like, without a doubt, I'll be bringing these nonstop. So as soon as I have that launch day information, all the different schematics, you know what I'm saying? All the different information for launch, I'll let you know. What word am I thinking of? Not schematics. The breakdown of what it's going to take to run on your PC and stuff like that, I can't think of that term right now. Oh well, anyway. Again, we're just hanging out, people. All right, YOLO, again, thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. Appreciate it. Really, really do. Okay, straight up, Kai. Look, I don't know if it's because I said bunnies, but I'm not going to be running around in my underwear, tripping over pizza boxes. I will be clothed. Yes. No, look, first of all, Okay, maybe. Okay, well, okay. I may use the 2-liter bottle thing so I don't have to leave. But whatever. We don't judge here, do we? We're a family, people. That was awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Joel. Appreciate it. When the game launches, I'm drinking gallons of beet juice. Oh, Lord. Can you switch shoulder to shoulder? Ah, who knows that? Does anyone know that? And again, what you're looking at is from the final technical test, so I can't, you know, stop and actually check. I don't know if you can shoulder swap. Maybe. I know that's not the answer. You're like, thanks. Seriously. Thanks, Brigade. Maybe. That's the answer I'm looking for. I don't have the answer for you. If someone does, drop it in chat for me. I'd appreciate that. The grappling system is great. Love it. The game feels great. Again, Frostbite, this is from the final technical test. I'm not currently playing at the moment, but I wanted to do a live stream just to talk about this, and I'll do another one, I know, before launch as well. So these are answering questions live. This is my favorite thing about having a channel. Kevin coming in with the, oh, welcome to the Brigade. New Gaming Brigade member. Kevin, thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Sincerely do. Welcome, welcome. I love it. It really means a lot. It really does. That really, really supports out the channel. And I will be doing live streams with members as well. So if you're a member, we will be doing farming together, stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, what's great is because this is crossplay, who cares what platform you're on? We can all squad up. We'll be doing a lot of those live streams as well. I'm just really looking forward to really being into a game again, you know? And for those of you here that are fans of the Division 2, I'm always going to play that. I'm always going to be jumping into that. I have a Division video set for tomorrow morning. But I like being able to jump between games that I really enjoy. And I do, like I've said, I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. NYL. Okay, let me tell you something. NYL Casual Gaming, absolutely phenomenal channel. I'm a huge fan. If you played the Division 2, you need to go sub to the channel. It's so well done. I reached out to him a while back. He did this one video on these red balloons in the Division 2, and it was just so well done, and that's what caught my attention to his channel. So anyway, I don't mean to geek out real quick, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Looking forward to joining your clan on Xbox Series X. I hope they have clans. Do they have clans, NYL? Do you know that answer? I don't think they do, or they haven't talked about it as yet. I don't know. That and shoulder swap. Those are the two questions I've not been able to answer as yet. Hey, who's going to be the 100th like? We've got 148 people in this thing, which is honestly, I thought we were going to maybe, at the beginning of the video, if you go back, I was saying maybe we would crack like 20 or 30. I did not expect so many people to show up. So again, thank you. And 100 likes. Thank you all so much. I cannot tell you how much this means today. Like seriously, this is a good one. All right, let's get back to it really quick. Elite Melon, cross-play and cross-progression. Day 1 is definitely a step up from other looter shooters, 1,000%. I am number 3. Hype is good, but then you've got examples like Anthem, 100%. And I talked about that earlier. 3, where I was like, yeah, you know, the hype behind Anthem, this is before I had a channel, the hype behind Anthem was real. And that game was good. The mechanics were so smooth. I mean, it was so much fun. And then when you started playing your game, the actual game, the story was horrific. The story was terrible. And there was no foundation of that game. What you actually had to accomplish. I remember hitting this one progression wall where you could tell that whoever created the game, or whatever it was, whatever department, who cares? My point is this. Where they're like, hey, you know what? I can't think of anything to do right now, so let's have the player run around for like 3 hours having to collect random stuff in order to finish this mission. So you're in the middle of a mission, and you're doing fights and all this, and then it just became like a you know, a scavenger hunt. You need to get 3,000, you know, of this material in order to get to the next part of this mission. I'm like, what? This is terrible. And then it happened again multiple times. So again, that's our, as long as it's not that, you know, we should be good. And again, we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. You Frostbite may wind up wearing a diaper and an IV. Hey, there you go. You know what? Get her done. Seriously, I like it. Open World Headhunter. Nice name. Dig it. Is this game free to play? The answer is yes. So we've talked about that a few times, and it's something we're going to continue to talk about. Where it is free to play. All the gameplay should be free. The only thing that is going to be not locked, that's the wrong term. The only thing that at this point that will be monetized are going to be cosmetic items, possibly the ability to speed up, if you can buy certain materials for crafting, it's going to help speed up your ability to craft, things like that. Upgrade your weapons, upgrade your gear, things like that. So I like to see when a game goes live and when people kind of have a feel for what's going on. And I know with the last technical test, from what oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. From what Elite was saying, Elite was saying that they gave us a real idea of what the monetization was going to look like. I didn't really dive into it that much because that wasn't my focus. My focus was the gameplay, which you're looking at. But once it does go live, I'll be able to break down all the stuff for you and let you know. But it is free to play. The gameplay itself is free. Someone in chat was talking about the fact that they played Warframe since day one. They haven't spent a penny. That's what I'm talking about. Because we all know when it comes to a game. Look, I'm a die-hard day one Division 2 player. That is never going to change. And every time a season comes out, I buy the seasonal reward track. I love supporting the game. I love the game. I love the community. That will never change. But it's because of the game they've given me. And one thing we encounter as fans of looter shooters is we realize how hard it is to get that, to get that game just right. And when we see that, we want to help support it. We want to continue to play. So, if they do this right, they're going to get support from everyone. But it's just, again, follow that path of Warframe. Okay, here we go. Let's try to get back to chat really quick. Got a little sidetracked right here. We talked about hype. Frostbite, open world. I'm doing my best, everyone. I'm doing my best. No clans. Thank you, Prodigy. That's a bummer. Yeah. I mean, maybe they'll implement something. But you're going to be able to friends list, so at least you know that. And yes, I'll let you know my name on there, so we can all be friends. Shadewell, love your Division videos. Thank you. Putting on the back burner though, looking forward to your content on this game. Yeah, so am I. Like for me, I want an alternative. I'm never going to stop playing the Division ever. Like I said, it's in my bloodstream. I love that game. But I like looter shooters. I like covering other things at the channel, which I'll continue to do. But one thing I learned early on is you can't cover a game at the channel like a tourist. You got to know what you're talking about with a game. And when I talk about like the Division, I talk about my quote-unquote wheelhouse. Excuse me. Like, I focus on new players, returning players, beginner's guides, farming, different aspects like that, how to get this, how to get that. I do my builds, but my builds are not the best, and I've never said they were the best, but for some people, it's a breakdown that they can get into. But I know I know exactly who I want to talk to and what I want to talk about. And I learned early on is that if you don't enjoy a game, you're not going to do well, with the channel on it. So this seems to be a game I'm going to enjoy, so I'm looking forward to making that content. Oh, look at you. I'm on your side. No, I'm on your side. Like before even watching. But what about if this whole video was about like ripping on you, Imon? Would you still like it? You show that support? You are fantastic. Everyone give Imon a thumbs up for being an awesome individual. I'm just calling you out for being awesome. Huge supporter of the channel. Thank you so much. And by the way, there are certain names I remember from like years ago. So it's really, it means a lot. I know I talk about the whole, hey, we're a family here, everything's this, that, whatever. I really mean that. So thank you all for your support. Imon is saying Anthem lacked content. They reset the game a year before launch. Really hate that. Yeah, they should have stuck with it. And then there was going to be Anthem 2.0. Everything. So here's one concern players have. And we've seen this multiple times. Actually, hang on. I got to mute the mic for 2 seconds. Hang on 1 sec. All right, we're back, baby. The dogs were starving. Like, they get fed at 5 and it's 5:15 Pacific, and they were losing their mind. I could hear like their little puppy bodies shaking. So I had to go get the pups outside, give them to the kid, feed the dogs, all that stuff. All right, anyway, where were we?
Obtain the ancestors' data. With this, I will be able to restore my system. If there are any descendants,
Anthem lacked content. And right when they started talking about Anthem 2.0, everyone is thinking, like, holy shit, like, this is exactly the game we wanted. Like, I wish they, made this when it first launched. And then they scrapped the whole thing, which sucks. So we've seen games come out with so much potential that just bomb out of the gate because there was nothing behind it. I'm hoping this does not turn out to be one of those games. Again, Destiny 2, great example of a game. Warframe, great example of a game. We've got the roadmaps. We just got to follow it. And as far as the gameplay itself is concerned, I'm really enjoying it. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to do. So, okay, let's get back to it. I think I can do this for the next, another 15 minutes. I'm going to actually roll back footage really quick so I have a little extra time. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, we're going back in time, everything's cool. Nobody worry. This is a pre-recorded game clip, so I just want to make sure that I have enough, gameplay to talk over. Okay, let's get back to it. Kevin is saying only having like 5 weapons, and variations in Anthem really got to me. Yeah, same thing with the different stats. And that's one thing that's so great about, the first Descendant, as I said this earlier, is that you've got 600 different mods right off the rip when you're starting this game. And not only that, I believe, and I could be wrong, and again, I didn't get to go into too much stuff when I played the test. I'll be doing this once the game comes out. I think you can alter multiple aspects of a weapon or a piece of gear. So, and again, I can use the Division as a reference. You get something to drop. It's got a core attribute and 2 minor attributes. And if you're going to recalibrate it, you can choose one. You can choose, turn this into a skill tier, weapon tier, different core attribute, or you can change a crit hit chance, crit hit damage, whatever it is. I believe with this game, once you get to a certain level, and I think max is 100. What's the top mastery? I don't know. But anyway, the point is this. When you get to a certain point, you reach endgame. You're going to be able to, I think, recalibrate every single aspect of a weapon if you want. Now, it's probably going to cost you a ton of different resources and time. But that's the whole point of a grindy looter-shooter game. I'm all for that. So if it takes me, 20 hours to get the weapon exactly the way I want it, that is worth it 1,000%. And I'm hoping as the game, continues to be out there, we see more and more of the things that we are asking for from the community. From the game directly. The community, sees more from the game. One thing I've really liked is a lot of the changes we have seen between the betas has been completely and totally based off of player feedback. The grapple mechanics, how you're actually, I remember the first beta, when you went to just go up to a ledge, it was almost like a predetermined, animated move. It wasn't smooth, it wasn't fluid. Now it's just like, it's completely different. So I hope it just, it continues, All right, let's see what we got here. Oh man, we got a lot of catching up to do. Imon, that is such a good call, Imon. That's so funny. Anthem 2.0 is the ultimate Charlie Brown. Yep, same thing. I was so amped up about that. And then all of a sudden it was gone. That is straight up Lucy moving the football and Charlie Brown just falling on his ass. Yeah, straight up. All right, let me try to, and by the way, if I missed some of your questions, I'm doing my best to get to them. Honestly, I expected like 20, 30 people to show up. This is insane. If you're just jumping in, do me a favor. You can hit that like or sub button. Helps out the channel. Feel free to hit that join button as well if you want to support even further. I am trying to get to your questions. If I do not, if you answer anything in super chat, I promise I will answer it. But if I can't get to it, I do apologize for that. I'm doing my best. But again, if you do super chat, I promise to answer your question. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, Anthem 2.0 looks so good. What's up, Jay Morales? Good to see you. The publisher track record for pay to win mechanics is bad. Yes, it's absolutely terrible. Nexon is known for some of the terrible practices, but more along the lines of look, pay to win. I don't think is going to be a huge impact again because this is PvE only. What I am worried about is, hey, spend $10 on these. This is what Nexon's known for, is altering the percentage of your being able to get something when you've spent money on a certain cache or a certain loot box, whatever you want to call it. That is my biggest fear. And that's why I'm telling everyone, just unless you know what you're doing, don't buy a damn thing. You know, unless you know, like, you know, we didn't talk about this yet, but, you know, one of the systems they had, I don't know if it was in the final technical test. Was that the paint system where everyone was like, what the hell are you thinking? Where you get a certain paint, but the paint is only for your helmet. Okay, so let's say it's the perfect, like you want to straight up go, I'm sticking with the Charlie Brown thing. You want to go Woodstock from Charlie Brown. You want to be just canary yellow from head to toes, right? You get the perfect yellow helmet. Well, that paint is only good on that yellow helmet. It is not good on the rest of any of your gear, and not only that, you can only use that paint once. So let's say if you get another helmet you want to use, guess what? You got to go through the whole RNG thing to get that same yellow helmet again, or excuse me, that same yellow paint, because you've already used it on your helmet. That's jacked up. They pulled that completely out based on player feedback, which is a really good thing. So again, cautiously optimistic. You know, that's the other reason why, and I talked about this earlier, why I'm not initially going to be I'm a part of their partner program, but I'm not going to give you the code they gave me because I don't want you buying stuff and my getting a percentage of stuff unless I know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to happen here at the channel. Ever. I don't care. It's not, I don't, And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. And I'm not saying other creators shouldn't do that. My point is this. I want to make sure that people actually get what they're supposed to get. I know some phenomenal channels that are going to be covering this game, and they should give you their codes. 1000%. My concern is just know your source. If it is a trusted creator that you know, go to town, go ham. But again, always make sure what you're getting. This is just my thoughts. Anyway, that's it. Okay, let's get to it. I am number 3. Anyone else remembers the day before? I never bought into that hype, ever. I was screaming from the rooftops. The day before. That was atrocious. That was so bad. I think that was what, you know, I don't really do rant videos here at the channel. Straight up rant videos. I'm swearing at them. I'm just losing my, so pissed off. Because that was a cluster from day one. And they knew it from day one. But anyway, yes. I don't know why people bought into that. That was terrible. Okay. Here we go. I'm on saying I'm a Warframe founder, but haven't played in years. Never really cared for Destiny 2. Just not enough to do for PvE only. Player to keep me busy. Yeah, that's kind of the other reason too. And for me with Warframe, I found out about Warframe like 3 or 4 years ago. Never knew it because it was around the same time where The Division came out, and I'm playing that nonstop. So I only had time for really one game. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get to jump into it. And long story short, when I jump into it now, it's so overwhelming. I feel like I can never catch up, you know? So I've got my Division. Now I have a day 1 Descendant. So I'm stoked about that. So I won't have that sense of like, there's no way for me to catch up. I don't like that. Does that make sense? With Destiny, I'm a huge fan of just the gameplay, all that stuff. I don't like first-person shooters. That's the only thing. I like the third-person element. So when there is another Destiny, if and when there is, I will get into that day 1. But once again with Destiny, I can't go back and play as a new player and know the story from. That's the other thing that I'm unable to do. So because I can't do that, that keeps me away from that game, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Hang on for 1 second. I gotta mute the mic for a second. All right, we're back. Let me try to play catch up on chat, then I'm going to have to start to wind this down. Honestly, I thought this was going to be a 30-minute thing that I was doing, and like 30 people were going to show up. This is pretty sick. So thank you all so much. I really, really appreciate the support. It's insane. 183 people in here, 146 likes, means a lot. And man, we're gonna do so much stuff when this game launches. I can't wait. All right, let's try to get back to chat really quick. Oh man, there's no way I can catch up. We're gonna just scroll down to the bottom. Oh, Raheem, welcome to the brigade, my friend. Thank you so much. We have another new member from this stream. I appreciate that support so very much. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Yabado. Which one is it? Can you like try to spell it phonetically? I just want to get it right. I don't want to be that, who's like, my name's Karel, not Carl. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, is there a limit to how much we can level up our character? I don't know what the tier system is. Gosh, I'm not gonna. I know there's I think it's a mastery rank. Is that it? I don't know if it's 10 or 20. I don't know. I think level is 100. I think that's where the level cap is. I want to say. Is that your weapons are 100? Again, I don't want to speculate. We'll see what happens at launch. I know the info's out there. I don't have it for you now. I will do another live stream in the next few days. I'll have all that information for you then. We'll keep doing these because this is, I love this stuff. Jaber is the only healer? Really, Prodigy? I thought there was another. Who's the one? I thought there was a second healer, one of the new characters that someone was referencing earlier. I thought we have a second healer. Jaber is the only one? Okay, we'll see. Again, welcome, Raheem. Sorry to bother you with the day before. No, you didn't know. It's one of those things where I just had a feeling about this game. And look, y'all know if you've been at this channel for a minute, I'm positive, right? It's not about being negative, but something was off. Something was off. The bait and switch they pulled. Anyway, we're not going to go down that path. What it does take me to talking about is, with the first Descendant, we've seen the opposite. We've seen it go from not only the actual quality of the game greatly improve, but more importantly, the improvements have been made based on player feedback. I know it's Nexon. We're going to have that discussion a lot, However, I think that if they put the actual game before the monetization, and I know that sounds crazy, they're going to make a ton of money off this game if they actually prioritize the gameplay first. We've seen that with Warframe. We've seen that with Destiny. People keep coming back to those games for that very reason. We see it with The Division 2. I know people that no matter what, every season I buy the seasonal reward track. You know what? I'll buy that Hunter outfit. Why not? I love this game. I support it. They've given me an amazing community. They've given me just the whole thing, of course. So when you do it the right way, I know it sounds cliche, like, oh, just do what's right. We don't see that a lot. So anyway, moving on. So 98K games. I am not playing this. That is a very valid question. Straight up. How the hell are you playing this game right now? Like, for real? I really don't know. I'm really about to get mad. 98, I'm not playing this. This is from the final technical test. That is what you're seeing right now. We're doing a live stream and chat. We're talking about the hype behind the game. I'll be doing another one of these. I don't know. I'll probably do another one of these later this week so we can continue answering these questions because I got to go in a little bit. And to be honest with you, like I said a minute ago, I did not expect people to really show up because it's my first time. I've made a few videos on this, but I haven't done any live stream on this game. So it's been pretty amazing, the support you've shown this channel on a new game. So thank you. Thank you. So again, yeah, no, don't lose it. I got you. This is not Yeah, it's not live yet. I think we're going to go for another 5 minutes. I'm going to try to answer as many more questions as I can. As we go, 1 week left, Kevin. That is right, my friends. A lot of people keep saying 98K games, excuse me. A lot of people keep saying this game is just going to be like Destiny, and I really hope not, because I played Destiny since day one, and that shit is a grind. So, you gotta like certain types of games to get into a game like this. For me, again, if you're new to this channel, or if you're not, I'm a Division 2 player. The grind to me is the best part. That loot dropping, you're finally getting that perfect piece of gear for a build. It's amazing. What Nexon is known for is reducing drop rates, telling you one thing and a drop rate is another. That's the only thing I'm super concerned about with this game. I want to know that it's legit. Trust me when I say I got your back. I'm going to be doing insane farming guides. We're going to test that math out 100%. Because I want to make sure, you know, if there's a 2% chance of getting this weapon by doing X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it until I get that weapon. So, anyway, the grind part I don't mind. It's just making sure that I'm not spinning my wheels for nothing, if that makes sense. So, yeah, 1 week left. It's going to be good. Yabado. Wait. Shit. I'm still messing it up. And you... anyway. I'll go Yaya. That's your name. Yaya. Yeah. That's just a... Yaba. What? Yabado. Okay, do me a favor. If it's Yabado, give me a thumbs up. If it's Yabado, give me 2 thumbs up. And I'm sure I'll forget, which I just said. So, Yabado is 1 thumb. Yabado is 2 thumbs. Elite Melon, welcome to the... Elite, thank you so much. That is incredibly kind of you. 3rd new member from this live stream. This is insane. And this was a last-second thing. I was like, you know what? I have an hour. It's hot. I'm not going to barbecue yet. I'm making ribs. Num, 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 num. Anyway, thank you all so much. I'm starting to wind this thing down. I have to, yeah, I got family stuff to do, homies. You get it. Okay, where are we at? Chris, what's going on? Hello, Gabe. I'm going to see... Oh, wait, hang on. Please, if you see this message, do a video on different characters for the First Descendant. I don't know much about them. Consider that done. Maybe. Iman? I'll try. Yeah, I'll see if I can pull one off this week. I may want to wait until the game launches, though. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll do my best. I can't promise, but I'll see what I can do. All right, I'm going to start to wind this down. I'm going to scroll down at the end of the questions. Honestly, again, everyone, your support for this live stream has been insane. We're at 192 viewers. I thought we were going to peak at like... In my mind, I'm thinking if we peak at like 40 or 50, I'm stoked. So this is incredibly awesome to see. We're just getting started, baby. This is going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, let's try to get a few more questions in. Did someone go over... Yeah, you know what? Next time... Hey, do me a favor. Everyone who's watching right now, if you want me to go live tomorrow for like 2 or 3 hours answering questions, going over this game, put a thumbs up in chat. Okay? Put a thumbs up in chat. Because I didn't put out notifications. I didn't let anyone know about this. This is just a random live stream. I didn't post anything on X, or I didn't do anything on, you know, YouTube in my community. If you would like to see me tomorrow later in the day do like a 3-hour live stream answering questions, all that stuff, let me know, and I promise I will do that. Because there's no way I can get to all this stuff. Y'all could have answered the whole thing about leveling and whatever, and I'm completely swamped with chat right now. Like, I wish I could, but I can't. So do me a favor, shoot me that thumbs up. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, I don't know the leveling. I will try to get you that answer. Someone may have answered it, but again, if I missed it, I do apologize. I will do my best to get there. Tension Gaming, I'm playing... Well, here's the thing. So the gameplay footage you're looking at is from the First Descendant. This comes out next Tuesday, July 2nd. The gameplay footage is from the final technical test, which was a few weeks back. I'm looking at these thumbs up. Y'all know I will be back tomorrow then, running this thing. And again, you're going to see the same footage. I'm not playing the game right now. This is from the final technical test. But this has been lights out. Like, this has been pretty... thank you all for the support. This is pretty damn crazy. We have 3 new members. Y'all have donated in chat. Got 100... I think we peaked at like 192 viewers, which is insane. So, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. Let me try to answer like 2 more questions really quick. Go live after 7 p.m. Eastern. That's a little tricky for me. Darren, I'd like to, but for me, because I'm in California, I can't do 4 to 6. I could do like, I don't know. It's going to be tricky, Darren. But I promise, like over the weekends and stuff, I can do those hours. It's just tricky during the week for me. And this whole family, like kids gotta, be fed and, whatever. What are you going to do? So anyway, I will do my best to try to be as universal as I can. If you are here for the first time and the audio sounds kind of jacked and you're hearing fans in the background and my voice is all scratchy, I'm tired. I'm not like complaining, trust me. But it's hot, so I got the AC blaring and the computer's right here and the fan is going, but this has been incredible. Thank you so much for the support. All right. So yeah, that answers your question, Tension. I think that's it. So again, this is the first Descendant. It does launch. One final quick summary of what you've been watching, and I will be back live again tomorrow based on this support that you've shown. Alpha, what's going on, Alpha Dogs? Alpha, you showed up at the perfect time. So here's my final summary of what you're watching, okay? This game is the first Descendant. It launches on July 2nd, just over 1 week from now. It is a free-to-play game on all platforms. So you have Xbox, Series X, S, and Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and PC. It is cross-play, so you can jump in with anyone on any platform. It's also cross-progression, which is badass. So if you want to play an Xbox, you can. You got a PC, you want to put whatever it is, who cares? Your progression will transfer over. It does require setting up a Nexon account, but that's free. Just like, you have to do with Warframe or this or that or whatever. So we have that. As I said, it launches next week on the 2nd. Free to play, third person, looter shooter. It's going to be badass. Hopefully. We are going to talk about much more tomorrow. I will try to get some of those answers I could not. I will try to get some of the answers to the questions I could not answer today. I'll do my best. I want to say thank you all for your incredible support. Mike Kuzi, thank you for that last second $1.99. I appreciate it. Everyone, I got to bounce. I got to start cooking dinner. I don't want to get punched in the head. I'm just kidding. I'm not like in a volatile, home life situation. I want to make that clear. So you're not like, worried about me. I'll be cool. I'm good. Thank you all so much. I sincerely appreciate you. What time in the second, Pat? I think it's just going to be, midnight that morning, like 12:01 a.m. I think you're going to be able to jump into it. So again, once I have that information, I'll let you know. Hopefully we get some more info. I'll continue to bring you these videos. Gotta go, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks again, everyone.